Look at that! We've done it! We've finally done it! This is brilliant! We have reached $1 million! Hello everybody and welcome back to Plutocracy. In our last episode of Plutocracy we really cemented our financial gains. We're looking really good in terms of our total net worth now. We're on $700,000 and we are earning a decent whack as well. We also had a look at our opponent, and Connor Jackson doesn't look like he's going to be able to deal much on us. I think we're definitely going to be the first to reach a net worth of $1 million, and that is definitely happening in this episode. You mark my words. Right, so I think the best thing we can do to try and get our net worth up to that $1 million is to continue our investing spree. So we have currently got shares in Howard Petrol, and we've got a decent amount of shares. We've been able to buy at a fairly cheap rate recently, so the share price has gone from sort of like over $20 and it's dropped all the way down to sort of $9 or $15. It's currently at 15.2. We've got a little bit of money in the bank, but I want to wait until the end of the quarter. The share price might recover, but we have got another investing option as well. We've got this train company, Ink, which I might invest in at some point, a bit more. So we bought one share on the stock market just to have a look at the finances and see how the company were doing, and then we went ahead and made a deal with one of the guys there. So that person actually now owes us a favour, and that means we might be able to get a little more money off of them. We are heading into the next quarter, so that means we might have a bit of cash on hand. So we've got a good old £100,000. So let's take a look at the shareholders. And Jacob is the guy who owes us a favour. He will speak to us because he's obliged to. Now, how much money would I need to be able to buy all of his shares? 119,000. Okay, so it might be worth waiting just a little while before we do that. Has there been another price crash? Oh, jeez. Right, let's go to this. Change the research funding level. I want to say no to that because I don't want to lose income. And there's a strike at Diaz Oil. I don't really care about a strike at Diaz Oil because we only own one share there. I'm going to get rid of these ones. But this price crash, another 39% dip. I mean, maybe this is quite a bad thing. Right, so currently the purchase price is $9.74. Right, so let's have a look at the $9.56. Okay. $9.56. Howard Petrol. $9.74. Okay, let's watch it play on. Okay, I think that's fine. I think we're going to ignore that, and we're going to wait for our income to jump back up. Yeah, it's gone back to normal. So I will not sell my shares. That's not the business we're in. New CEO. This guy has got a decent reputation. He's got lots of economics, and this guy, Nicholas Simmons, is just better. So I'm going to say no to that one. Let's speed on through because I don't think anybody else would have said yes either. Oh, the two main shareholders said yes, so maybe it wasn't that close call. We are getting more and more influential in that company now, with our 3.89%. But at the moment we're interested in building up our stake in this railway company, if anything, so I can rename it and say the name properly instead of V-Ink or Vink. I might just rename it to Vinky. So we are trying to get cash so that we can buy shares from Jacob. We're going to be able to do that in just a second. Look at that! We've done it! We've finally done it! This is brilliant! We have reached $1 million! Oh, that's great. Let's have a look. What? What? That's not $1 million. That's 946k. What? Well, I'm kind of happy about it, but I'd be much happier if my net worth was at 946. So although I've got the award, I'm not gonna continue to celebrate until I see it on the books. It needs to be on the books before I accept it. I will spend the star though, and I'll put that into eloquence, because we're going to need that in just a moment when we go and try and buy shares from our obliged shareholder. So here at Vink Ink, Jacob, he owns 5% of the shares. He's expecting to get £129,000 off us. We've got £200,000 on us, so we can initiate a deal. He's going to basically say yes to us straight away, which is great. Currently the share price is 2.59. I think we can do better. So I'm going to basically just use all of the arguments I can to reduce the amount of money we pay. And I'm going to go as many times as I can to get the best deal. And because this guy is basically obliged to sell us the shares, he ain't going to complain too much. It would be a miracle for him to say no, quite frankly. Especially with these good arguments we're getting. The arguments aren't decreasing his likelihood of saying yes. And we get to go a few more rounds. So let's see what we end up on. Now this is kind of risky, but there we go, brilliant. So 50,000 shares in Vink at 12% discount at $2.27. So that's really good, and that means we now have a 7% stake in the transport company. So that's really good for us. This guy, he's no longer a shareholder. And we actually have 3 shareholders that have less money than us now, which is amazing. This company is going to give us a dividend of £23,000, and maybe the next person we need to go after at this company is Jayden. So Jayden we can speak to because he wants to sell his shares, and he will want to sell them at an inflated rate, which won't be great for us, but if we buy at 60,000, he will owe us a favour, and then we can probably buy the rest of his shares. So he's got 17% of the shares in the company, so I think I'm going to go ahead and get his shares right now. I am going to pay more for them, but that means he's going to be obliged, because I'm going to say you owe me a favour. And now we just need to make sure that we have enough money to buy the rest of the shares in his company that he owns. So 389,000 is what he wants, or what he's expecting. I'm expecting that we'll pay less than that. Change the work plan to 100% at Howard Petrol. You know what? Because they keep striking, I'm going to say yes. but I'm pretty sure that all of the other stakeholders are going to say no because they don't want to lose out on their money. Can ignore these little things. I could potentially. I don't want a stuffed fish. Who wants a stuffed fish? Probably lots of people. 11 people apparently. So what we need to do now is basically just wait for our money to increase a little bit, and once our money has increased, we'll be able to go ahead and start dealing for more shares in Vink. So 153,000, we need about double that. I wonder if we should check the stock market. Whoa, wood transport, they're making a lot of money. Vink, it's gone up quite a bit. How's Howard Petrol? Howard Petrol's price is recovering, so it's now up to $17 per share. So that's looking pretty good. I think if we invested in Howard Petrol, we'd probably get a better ROI. So it would, yeah, Howard Petrol has got the best ROI in our arsenal at the moment. So it might be worth just buying more shares there, making more money, and then coming back to our obliged person at the transport company. So I think I might do that. Now we've got a couple of rounds of negotiations. It might be worth trying with a person rather than the stock market. So $17 a share is what we are looking at. I think this person is good at negotiations, so I'm going to talk to Colin. We're not going to be able to buy all of Colin's shares, so we're just going to try and buy as much as we can. He wants shares at the oil company, the other oil company, but I'm not going to go and buy those because I won't be able to afford them. So 17.1, let's go for the first round. We're not going to be able to negotiate much with this guy. I will go for this. He will probably say no. Yeah, it was worth a try. Hopefully he doesn't get too annoyed with us. Maybe I will try with one of the other guys that is a bit better at the guy that's better at negotiating. Wow. I see. So this guy is fussy, and what do you want to do now? Reduce the number of workers? I'm not on board for that. That's shrinking. It looks like he's fussy, which means he will only do one round of negotiations, which isn't great for us. What do you want to do? Change the wage level? Nope. I'm not giving my guys a pay cut. Yeah, he will only go one round of negotiations because he's a fussy person. So that's why we only had that one chance. So buying from Colin is probably not the best bet. It probably would make sense to have a look at these people, although they seem to be good at negotiating, which means that I don't get such a good discount from them, which is kind of a shame. I will speak to this guy and let's have a look. Let's see how many shares I can buy. So 15,000 shares, $16. I mean, even if I did pay that, it wouldn't be the end of the world. But I will try and haggle on the price a little bit. This is looking alright. So first round went okay. Let's see if I can decrease just a little bit. And we could go back up and improve our chances. And then going for another round and see if we can knock it down again. So I was hoping for a better roll here, like a bigger percentage decrease without too much hit. So I guess we'll do this one, which basically takes us back to where we were before. Close. And then we'll do this one and try and get a 4% discount. Now this is basically a 50-50. And you know what? 5% discount, $15 a share. I think I'll take it. So, not too bad. We've increased our shareholdings in this company quite significantly. Don't tell me there's been a price crash. Ooh. It looks like our opponent has just made $1 million as well. So we reached that £1 million mark a little while ago, and there it is actually on the books, 1.7. But it looks like our opponent has now reached that as well. So let's take a look at where our opponent's at. If I can click on the right buttons. Let's do a character search. Now, I guess this is still set to the richest person in America. And the richest person, of course, is Sarah Griffin. That's the person that we're aiming for. She's got a wealth of 184 million. But Sarah, we've now made our first mil. We are well on the way. Our competitor, let's have a look. Right. So Connor Jackson now has a wealth of 1.2 mil. So it looks like he is catching up with us. His influence is still rubbish. His profit isn't as good as us, but his wealth is climbing. This is really good. It means that before we were not as good as our opponent, but in this episode we've managed to overtake him, which I am very, very happy about. And we actually hit our $1 million, that's just fantastic. I don't want a rhinoceros head. Okay, let's have a look. Evidence. I've got no evidence and I've got no dirt. Okay, I guess that's fine. You want to do what now? You want to change the wage level. I've told you before, I will not change the wage level. And as expected, my esteemed colleagues agree with me. It would be a bad decision to change the wage level. And you want to do it at Vink as well. Okay, well, no. I'm going to skip over that one. Let's have a look at the stock market again, because it's always fun to watch these numbers go up and down. Now, currently on wood transport, it would probably be better to look at Vink. Now, that price is quite low. I want the price to go up there. It's quite low at the moment. We own a lot of shares in Vink, but our shares in Howard Petrol are more valuable. So let's keep running. I'm not going to sell my shares privately. I'm eventually probably going to make some enemies if I keep saying no to people like that. But I just don't want to sell. Oh wow. Okay, so Howard Petrol is making a hell of a recovery now. And that's taken our wealth, our value up to 1.46 mil. And apparently that means we qualified to buy yachts. I don't have enough cash in the bank to buy a yacht, but now we're millionaires. I guess this is just the world we live in. We get to buy fancy yachts. Maybe that's something that we'll try and do a bit later on. For now, let's jump back into the stock market. Let's have a look at look at this one. Share price is up here as well. So it looks like we have invested in some pretty good companies here. It is Howard Petrol is the company that is making us the most. We're currently on $172,000. I think we will try and up that a bit. No, go away. Would we like to buy cigars? You know what? We're gonna do it. Right, $6,000. Right, that's above the asking price, but I'm gonna do it just for the influence cap now. We are starting again, and we're rebuilding our cigar collection, because now we're millionaires. It doesn't matter if we buy them. What's this? Share price fall. Paterson Ink. Paterson Ink. Let's have a look. See at Paterson Ink. So we own nothing at Paterson Ink. Them are not making any money at all though. So that's not a good looking investment opportunity for me. I don't want to go for that. What I would like to do is come back to our guy who's obliged to us, Jayden. He owns 15%, and I want to buy his shares, and if possible all of them. Oh wow, they want to make people work harder? Okay then. It means I get more money. Yeah, he owns 15% of the shares in the company at the moment, and he's expecting £300,000. Now we do have £300,000, so we could possibly negotiate with him. We can also check out this sweet yacht. That is a pretty cool yacht. Okay, we might want to come back and get a yacht when we've got a bit more money in the bank. At the moment, it would probably be devastating for us to just buy a yacht. But for now, let's chat to Jayden. Like, he owes us a favour, so he's going to give us a good deal again, and we are going to negotiate the pants off of him. So let's minus 10%. That isn't. Okay, bear in mind that's only a small negative thing at the moment. So that's a 1% discount. Let's go for the 3% discount as well. Yeah. Okay, this is looking good. He really doesn't want to sell though, which is why we have to persist. This will knock him out of the company, I guess. So I'm not surprised that he's so. This one's slow. This might be a no. Oof, okay. Down to the final round, and I can take it up to a -4. We'll leave it how it is for a -9. It's going quite fast, so hopefully this is going to land in the green, and it does. And that's brilliant. That is a good amount of shares. 150,000 shares for $1.87 a share. Done. Brilliant. I would imagine that we are now probably a board member, which we are, and we now are the second largest stakeholder at this company. Can we rename it yet? No. I need 50% plus 1. Well, if I get over 50% of the shares, I will be renaming this company. So if you've got any ideas of what I should rename this company, then please let me know, and please make it something that I can actually say, because I can't even think about how to pronounce that. Vertitious Ink, something like that. I think Vinky is better. Vinky Railways. So that'll be one of the first things we do once we own over 50% of the shares. I'm feeling kind of good about this. We've got a good stake in this company now. Our net worth is currently at 1.73 mil, so we've almost doubled that in this episode. We got to a mil. We're almost at 2 mil. Things are really looking up for us. In terms of luxuries, we've only got the amazing Venus de Milo, and we have also acquired some cigars, so we're back on the cigar trail. Remember, it was cigars that made all of this possible in the first place, and of course the luck of the Venus de Milo. I can't get rid of the Venus de Milo now. I think it is actually my good luck charm, because when we bought the Venus de Milo back, everything started looking up for us. I mean, before we had the Venus de Milo, we weren't being offered yachts, but now look at the possibilities of what we could one day own. Glorious yachts that we can sail the sea on. But until then, we're going to have to make do with where we are currently at. Now, I'm going to, oh, what's this? You want to reduce the net income? You're mad. You're raving mad. Right. What we're going to do is let our income tick in a little bit more. I'm going to keep an eye out for any messages. Could we buy a penny? No. We'll let it reach the next quarter. We'll let our income come in a little bit more. What about a horse? I mean, I'm sure it's a fine racehorse, but I don't really know anything about horses, so that's going to be a no. Would I like to get a loan? Not really. Neither do the other shareholders. Great. Let's have a look at our companies right now. So I think we will hopefully quickly be able to become the leading shareholder in Vinci. No, go away. I wish they didn't spam you with offers so often. I suppose sometimes you want offers, but I don't actually want any right now. So as far as I'm concerned, they can go away. Right. Okay, so we've just made a bit of income. The quarter's ended. We're at 267,000. Our net worth is currently 1.86 mil. Our competitor, is she making money still? I guess she is. Our competitor is currently on 1 mil. So look at this. We are cruising ahead. We've gone from being level pegging to actually almost having twice the amount of money that he has. So this is great. We're increasing our influence. Our profit is up. Our wealth is up. We are well on the way to becoming the richest person in America. We can do this, and we will do this. I'm very sure of it. So on that note, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed what you've seen today, please do leave a like. If you've got any suggestions or tips and tricks, please do leave a comment, and please consider subscribing to the channel for more videos like this. Join us in the next episode, where we will further increase our wealth and hopefully become the sole owner of Vinci Ink, so that we can finally rename it and give it a good name. And until next time, goodbye.